What's up everybody, welcome back to another video. In this episode we're going to be going over variables and constants in PHP. This is part of my ongoing series and playlist on how to become a professional PHP developer. The goal is to give you a solid foundation in PHP and gradually develop into more intermediate and advanced topics. So if you haven't done so already, make sure to subscribe to the channel and hit the notification icon so whenever I create new videos, you'll be notified. And code snippets for the various tutorials that I create can be found on my website, PixemWeb.com/PHP, and then you can click on the various tutorials that I have. I'll be uploading more tutorials onto the website and onto YouTube as the days go by. Alright, so what are variables and what are constants in PHP? Well, variables are important to most programming languages, and what a variable represents is a container to store information or some type of value or data. That variable can be used by your web application to do a variety of things such as display information that's stored within the variable. As you see on the website, I have a couple of examples and we're going to get to those in a moment. But basically, when you're creating a variable, there's a couple of things you have to keep in mind. First off, the variable has to start off with a $sign. Then it can be followed either by a letter or an underscore. Ultimately, your variable name can contain letters, numbers, underscores, and dashes. One thing to remember is spaces are not allowed within variable names. And if you're looking at what a variable looks like as a regular expression, this is what it looks like right here. Okay, so first things first, I'm going to grab this code snippet here. Just going to hover over the code snippet and click copy. And now it's copied to my clipboard. For these tutorials, I'm going to be continuing to use VS Code. It's a great code editor and I highly recommend it. So I'm going to switch over to VS Code now. And what I want to do here is I'm going to create a new file. So as you see, I'm in my PHP directory. This is located within my htdocs folder. I'm going to create a new file. I'm going to call it vars.php. Now I'm just going to paste in that code snippet from my website. And I'm just going to remove the closing part of the PHP tag right there. Get rid of the sidebar. Save this here. Okay, so the way we're going to be displaying our code is we're going to be utilizing the command line. I did a whole video tutorial on how to use the command line for PHP, and I think it's a great way to go over the very basics, especially since you won't have to actually start up another web server in order to demonstrate the code snippets. Since I'm on VS Code, the terminal is displayed right in the bottom. What do we have here? We have our opening PHP tag. Then on line 2, we have the name of our variable. Here we're calling it var, but you can give your variable name any name you want as long as you're using the naming conventions I mentioned earlier. So you see we start off with a $sign, then we have var, and then we have a space, and then we have our assignment operator. Now it's the equal signs, but in PHP, it's considered the assignment operator. Then we have a string over here. We have our double quotation marks there. And inside we have our string saying PHP powers almost 80% of the modern web. And then we're closing off here with our semicolon. And now on line 3, we're using the echo construct to print out the value of var. So we're saving this string here into var. And then from here, we're going to be echoing that out. So now let's see how that looks in our terminal below. I'm going to go over here. I'm going to type pwd just to get my present working directory, which we could already see is right here. But I just want to show you how you can use some of these commands. And now what I want to do is type out ls-lah just to show you what we have within that folder. Here we have our about.php file, the data types file, our index.php file, test.php, and vars.php. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to type out php vars.php and hit return. And you see in our terminal window, it's outputting the value of var. So just remember, var is the variable. It's acting like a container, and the value is this string right here. PHP powers almost 80% of the modern web. We could also, I'm going to go here. I'm going to use the period, which is going to allow us to concatenate and append some additional information here. I'm going to use the double quotation marks. Here I'm going to put the new line character, and what this is going to do is in our terminal, it's going to allow it to go to the next line, or whatever comes next within our code will be displayed on the next line, and you'll see how that works. So when I come down over here, I'm going to go to line 5 just to give myself a little bit of space, and I'm going to show you that variables can hold more values than just strings. We could hold integers, we could hold arrays, we could hold functions. There's a lot of things we could do with variables. So now I'm going to say var2 is assigned a value of 10. And I'm going to save that. Go to the next line. And I'm going to say echo var2. And then I'm just going to append that new line character in that manner. Save that. I should spell echo correctly, right? Save it. And now we go back down to the terminal window and I hit the up arrow. We can see the result is it outputs the integer 10. Now, if we go back up to our editor up here, what I want to do is show you how we could use double quotation marks and we can combine our two variables. So here, I'm going to type out echo, double quotation marks, $var, then I'm just going to give it a space, and then $var2. And then I'll go outside the closing quotation mark there, and then I'll just concatenate that new line character right there. I'm going to save that. And now we're going to go down to our terminal, hit the up arrow, and see what happens then. Here we have PHP powers almost 80% of the modern web, period, and then 10. And we have the space there. So what happened here is we could see we're echoing out using the echo construct. Inside of double quotation marks are two variables with a space separating them. And then we're going to concatenate the new line character. That's just so it always displays on the bottom. And now for good measure, what I want to do is start up a local server. But I'm not going to be firing up our XAMPP program or MAMP or anything like that, because this is a very easy demonstration. So what I want to do is just use the built-in web server that PHP provides. And I showed you how to do this within the tutorial on how to use the command line with PHP. So definitely take a moment to check that out if you haven't, or just follow along and you see how it works. So what I'll do here is I'm going to go, while I'm in my terminal section, I'll type out PHP space dash capital S space localhost colon 8080. And then I'm going to hit return. And now you see we have our development server set up. So we could follow the link. That's one good thing about VS Code. It gives you this ability and it'll open it up in the browser for us. So I'm going to control click and here we are within the browser. Let me make this a little bit bigger. Right now we're showing what's displayed on the index.php file. So I have to go here, put a / and then vars.php because we have to go to that file. And now you see we have PHP powers almost 80% of the modern web, 10, and then PHP powers almost 80% of the modern web, 10. What happened here? Let's right click, inspect elements. Let me make this bigger down here so we could see what's actually happening. Go into the body. We see that on the back end of the browser itself, they're going to new lines where they need to, but on the front end of the browser, it's not. That's because the way the browser handles the new line character, on the front end, it's not going to be showing that. But on the back end of the browser, it shows it. If you wanted to use the browser in order to view your data, we'll go back to VS Code and I'll show you how we can have these go onto new lines. So in this case, what we could do is I'm going to grab this echo command right here. I'm going to copy it, go to a new line, paste it, and I'll just put a pair of BR tags. And I'm just going to go to this one and I'll comment that one out. I'll do the same thing here, copy, and then put BR tags as well. Then comment this one out. Do the same there. Comment that out. Now, if we go back to our browser and we reload the screen, you now see that they're being displayed on new lines as we intended. So the terminal and the browser, they work different, right? So when you're going to be doing stuff or displaying information in the terminal, you're going to be using the new line character. But if you're going to be displaying stuff in the browser and you want to go to a new line, you're going to be using the BR tag. Let's go back to our terminal. Now I'm going to Control-C this just to stop that. I'm going to press the up arrow while down here until I go to PHP space vars.php. And then let's see what happens in the terminal without the new line character, but with the BR tag. You see everything's on one line, and we have outputted here the BR tags, which is not what we want within the terminal, but what we do want within the browser. So just make a note of that. So I'll go back up here. I'm going to comment that out. Matter of fact, I'll keep everything commented so that way we can keep what's in the terminal clean. Now another thing we could do is if we go to a new line here, I'm going to put in the $, var3, and I'll assign it the value of 5. Then I'll go to another line and I'll say var4 is assigned the value of 10. And now we could actually do some simple math with variables. So we could say echo var3 plus var4, and then put in the semicolon, save it, go to the terminal, press the up arrow, and now you see we have the value 15 being outputted here within the terminal. So we took the value of var3, which is 5, and we added it to var4, which is 10, and we echoed that out. Now, another thing I should mention is that variables are case sensitive. So we saw that we named our variable here var4, right? And we assigned it the value of 10. So let me just comment this out right here, go to a new line, and now I want to echo out var4, and then I'll just put a new line character there. And then I'm going to echo out capital V for var4. And let's see what happens when we save this. We'll go to our terminal, press the up arrow, and now you see over here, we have the value 10, which is being represented by line 18. It's going to echo out the value of var4. We also have a PHP notice undefined variable var4, and it's telling us where that error is located at on line 19. It's an undefined variable because even though it's spelled the same, they don't have the same case, meaning this one is a lowercase v and this is a uppercase V. So that's something you got to keep in mind. So we'll comment this out, save it, go back to the terminal, press the up arrow, and now you see we no longer have the error, and we just have the value 10, which is represented from line 18. And so that's some very basics about how to use variables with PHP. There's a lot more that goes into this, such as the scope of a variable. Is it local scope? Is it global scope? Is it static? And there's other things like variables, but those are more advanced topics, and I'm going to be describing them in upcoming videos where they'll be demonstrated with things like functions and other types of coding concepts within PHP. Now let's move on to the concept of constants within PHP. So what is a constant? A constant is similar to a variable in the sense that it holds information. But unlike a variable which varies, a constant stays constant. It doesn't change. Another thing is, unlike variables, constants are global across the entire script. And a valid constant, it starts with either a letter or an underscore, and there's no $sign before the constant name. So how do we create a constant in PHP? So I'm going to go here to a new line. I'll give us some space. And then we're going to be using define with parentheses. And then we're going to list out the parameters. So we're going to say the first one's going to be what the constant is called. So this would be the name parameter. And we'll say hello. And we'll do this in all uppercase, which is standard for constants in PHP. And then we're going to put in a comma right after that closing quotation mark. You can give it a space. And then in another set of double quotation marks, we can say hi there. Then we'll go outside the parentheses and we'll put in our semicolon. And then we'll go down to the next line and we'll say echo hello. And notice how the editor, it kept the color here something different than what it was before. It actually looks like the color of an integer. And notice how we didn't have to put in any quotation marks and we didn't have to put in a $sign. So now if we save this, go to the terminal, hit the up arrow, we see we have hi there, which is represented from the constant hello and is echoed on line 23. What if we put it in lowercase and save it, well, you see that we have an error already. Why is that? Well, one, because it's not a truly defined constant. Constants are case sensitive by default. If we do go down to our terminal and press the up arrow, you see we have warning, use of undefined constant hello, and assumed hello with quotation marks. Alright, so what we could do here is, if you wanted to make constant case insensitive, you can go back into our define over here. As the third parameter, we can say true. Give it the Boolean value of true. If we save that, let's see what happens when we go down here now. It outputs the value of the constant hello, which is hi there, right there within our terminal. It still shows in the editor as if it's an error, and that's because you should really keep everything consistent. But it actually does work. And if we go back here, just put it back to the way it should be and save it, it's fine. Alright, so this is a basic overview of variables and constants within PHP. There's a lot more that goes into it, and in the upcoming videos I'll definitely be showing you how to use variables in more advanced ways, and why sometimes you're going to want to use constants, especially if there's going to be data or information that's not going to change. Alright, so hopefully you found this video helpful. If you did, give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe. Hit that notification icon. If you have any comments or thoughts, leave them down below, and I'll see you in the next video. Happy coding!